Deadlocks between Transnet and its unionized employees have still not been broken as the strike continues here in Gqeberha today. Transnet brought a new offer of 5% increase for a salary increase, that is, compared to the original offer of 1.3%. These union workers, however, believe that this isn't enough. The original offer, what they wanted from Transnet, that is, was 12.5%. That is the increase. But speaking to them on Monday, they had said they will bring that figure down to 7.6%, which, if you guys can remember, is the current inflation rate. But as you can imagine, the strike is not only impacting Transnet as a company, but a lot of companies and businesses who use that method of transportation, to get their products across and to keep their businesses afloat. I'm joined now by the CEO of our Nelson Mandela Bay Business Chamber, Denise. Just tell us that Transnet is closed, 90% of its workers aren't there. It is open, it's running, but I mean, how is this affecting business here in the Bay?
Well, this has come at the worst possible time. Our economy is under a lot of strain. We have a lot of manufacturers who export from Nelson Mandela Bay, and we have situations where there are ships in the harbour that are unable to offload their cargo, which is required for manufacturing. So there's components missing, which in turn could put manufacturing plants down. The other challenge we have is that goods are being stockpiled, and those also need to be exported, so it means export orders are not being fulfilled. And then the third complication is we have some component manufacturers, for example, that need to export their product to global manufacturers, and if they can't get their product there, it will put global manufacturers down. So in some of those cases, they resort into air freighting components, which is very expensive and not necessarily feasible. So this has had a terrible impact on the local economy.
We, as a region, are still recovering from COVID. I mean, could this have a devastating impact on our local economy over here?
Well, our local economy still has not recovered. I mean, we've had 2+ years of COVID restrictions, and then you've also coupled that with the global supply chain challenges that have emerged as a result of COVID, but also the war in Ukraine. And it means that ships are calling less often at our ports, especially here in Nelson Mandela Bay. And the problem we sit with, if this strike continues longer, they will further marginalise us, and that will harm South Africa's reputation as an exporter.
So what I'm hearing, the strike could have devastating effects not just on our local economy here, but South Africa economy as a whole. If we lose these major role players, the people that come to offload and get cargo from our ports, what would that ultimately mean?
Well, the thing is, we want to save investment and jobs here, and we at a knife's edge when you look at all the challenges that we face as business, where the basics like electricity, water, all of that is a challenge for business, and then you couple it with the ports not operating, that's a disaster recipe. So we really need everybody to do the right thing and to commit to doing what's in the best interests of the economy as a whole and saving jobs.
Denise, thank you so much. Well, there you have it, Denise van Huisteen, our CEO of the Nelson Mandela Bay Business Chamber, just saying that the strike could have devastating effects, not just on our local economy, but the economy of South Africa as a whole. As we understand, as normal, everyday family people, as workers, the cost of living is extremely high at the moment, and these workers are fighting, just for that bare minimum, for that 7.6% inflation rate. We will join these workers, however, later in Green Street, where they are picketing, just to hear their views on their stance on the picket, as well as what Transnet is saying on this matter. As I spoke to them on Monday, as I mentioned before, they said they don't want to strike and they don't want to prolong this because they would like to get back to work, but they are saying that they need to fight, to put food on the table.